All right, so this is problem 7 of you guys' angles and lines slides. And again, so I'm going to start off with what I know. So I'm going to say that if, well, they give me in the problem, they say, if line segment AE, so line segment AE, is parallel to BD, so I'm actually just going to write that, I'm going to write that in there already. So if we know that AE and BD are parallel, okay? So I'm going to use those arrows because that's what we use to mark parallel lines. So if AE is parallel to BD, we need to figure out what Y is. So what is Y? So Y equals something. Y equals something. Okay? So now what I'm going to do here, just like in problem 6, I'm going to start looking for corresponding angles, alternate interior angles, alternate exterior angles, or same side interior angles. Okay, so I'm going to look, here are my two parallel lines, and I have a transversal over here. Okay, so there's actually two ways that you could go about this problem. I'm going to, for example, start by looking at this angle right here. Okay, so I would look through there. Are there any corresponding angles to this angle right here? I would look and say, no, this isn't corresponding because it's not on the same side in the same place of the parallel line. But if I do look over here, this angle and this angle are the same because they are corresponding angles. Okay, so they are on the same place of the parallel lines. Okay, so I know that corresponding angles are congruent. If they are congruent, that means that they are equal to each other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that 97 minus 2x is congruent or is equal to 4x minus 5. 4x minus 5. Okay, so now I have one equation, I have one variable, which means I can solve for the one variable. And I'm going to do that by getting x by itself. I'm going to add 5 to both sides. To give me 102 minus 2x equals 4x. I'm going to add 2x to both sides, so that leaves me with 102 equals 6x. And then I'm going to divide by 6. Which should give me, I'm going to have to do this in my head, 66, 11, 12, I don't know. It would give me 17, I believe. You can check that on a calculator. You can check my work on a calculator. If I get a different x, this should give me 102. So x should equal 17. So now we figured out what x is. And I'm actually pretty confident that I'm right. So, but you can check me because math teachers can be wrong. So I have figured out that x equals 17. Okay, so now what I'm going to do here, since I know what x equals 17 is, I'm just going to plug it into the equation. So this was 4x minus 5. So I know it should be 4 times 17 minus 5. If I do that math, that is going to give me 68 minus 5. If I do that, that's 63, so I know that this angle right here is 63. And I'm not going to have to actually calculate this one, because I know they're congruent, so they should have the same angle measure. So this should also be 63 degrees now. Okay? Remember that we're still looking for y, so we have not figured out what y is yet. It's right here. And there's actually two ways that you can go about solving this problem. So you can say that either, I see these two right here, these form a straight angle, or basically they are supplementary to each other. So I could say that these two are supplementary, so they should add up to 180. So I'm going to write that down. I know that 63, so this angle plus this angle should add up to 180. So 63 plus 10y minus 3 should equal 180. But I also see, oh, there's this angle here. And if you look at your stuff over here, these are actually same side. They're on the same side and interior to the parallel line. So these are same side interior angles. But we know that same side interior angles should also add up to 180. So we would end up writing the exact same equation, which is a good sign for us because that means that we are on the right track and we can finish this off by solving for y. So we'll simplify here. So this 63 minus 3 gives me 60 plus 10y equals 180. I'm going to subtract 60 from both sides. That gives me 10y equals 120. And then if I divide by 10, 120 divided by 10 should give me 12. So my final answer should be y equals 12.